Hey everybody, this is Muffin with the Daily Biker Podcast. Just here to let y'all know the opinions and ideas expressed in this show are those of the hosts and their guests, not to be confused with their partners and sponsors. Now, let's get it on.
Hey guys, this is Sean from the Bikes and Beards YouTube channel, and you guys are listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You're gonna love it.
A little under half my lifetime ago.
See how that works.
I'm sure it'll work pretty well.
I'm sure it's fine.
Not like
Yeah,
we
but
don't
she's
know
going to have to speak up.
I can scoot closer too.
You might need to.
I don't know if I want her to.
Oh, goodness.
I don't say enough.
But if you're not on the podcast, everybody asks about
Everybody
you.
asks about me. It's fine.
You know what I did?
You gotta leave the screen on.
I will scoot you right
Well,
here.
not only do I have to keep the screen on,
You didn't put it in airplane mode?
I didn't put it in airplane mode.
Now would be the time you get a phone call right in the middle.
It has been a very long day, sir.
Yes, it has been a long day. Thank you.
For reminding you that it's been a long day.
Well, thank you for making it a shorter day than it could have been.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because we'd be recording this at like midnight.
No, not at midnight.
Which brings me to my next point. Kids, don't have friends. Friends are overrated.
Jesus.
Yeah, friends always ask you for stuff.
Be a loner.
You and your significant other can handle it.
Yes. So,
That's how it's at. I almost did one too.
we have been moving all day.
Yes.
So, neither I nor Daniel are moving.
My younger brother purchased a house and needed assistance moving furniture.
Yeah.
So I drafted Marcus to help help him.
So,
Which I only think is fair because just this last year I helped Marcus move.
That is true.
Daniel drafted himself to help me move.
Yes.
I carry pillows.
Where was his bike at?
It was along the side of the apartment complex. So, remember how we like kind of pulled in front? It's in that little like
Okay.
dead end area.
I was thought
It was under the cover. You could see it from the back of the building.
Oh.
Oh, it's not sure. So, but what's kind of funny, on the way to go help move, we discussed about what this episode was going to be about, and it was kind of in line with the whole fact of don't have friends.
Yeah.
Um,
If you can't do it, don't.
yeah.
I mean,
If
yeah.
you can't do it,
Just don't.
don't. Hire someone that can. If you don't have to do it, don't.
Don't touch it. Leave it alone.
If you have a motorcycle under warranty, stop touching it.
Yeah.
Especially when it starts to have an issue.
Leave it alone.
Take it to the dealer.
As soon as you have an issue,
Quit messing with it.
schedule up an appointment, take it to your local dealer,
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to keep messing with it, and then it's not going to be under warranty no more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because, a lot of dealers will give you some leeway on motorcycles, but if you mess with stuff too much,
Yeah.
that's it. I'm sorry, we can't help you.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what that feels like, because I've never owned a motorcycle with warranty.
I currently have a motorcycle with warranty.
Yes. I get to mess with things. And then take it to my shop because I ran out of skill.
I don't mess with mine anyways. Just because I would rather a professional
Yeah.
be the one doing it.
Like, you know what? I am all for home maintenance. Like, if you have the skills and know how to do it, or
I installed my new phone mount.
you did something, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I could honestly, with my knowledge, Daniel knows this, like if it come down to it with his KZs, if one day he was like, I need your help, we're stripping this thing down to the frame and putting it on a new one, I could help him. There's not the question of the capability of being able to do it.
Yeah, no, and I'm not doubting that
Right.
you at all.
But it's just
You don't have to.
I don't have to.
Yeah,
So with my bike, so I don't. It's kind of like the changing the oil.
yeah,
So everybody talks about changing oil in their vehicles. When it comes to cars in this day and age, for most vehicles, it's actually cheaper to have someone else change it.
yeah,
It's
Usually.
either cheaper or it's the same price.
yeah.
So what it would cost for an oil filter and oil for her Jeep, I pay $5 more to have someone else do it for me.
Which, in the grand scheme of things, is worth your time.
My time is valuable. So I go somewhere and
Yeah,
it literally in 10 minutes, they change the oil, they go through, check everything, done, swap the card, roll out. So
Yeah.
yo,
for me, I do all the services on my cars. Everything that I have, do most of the standard services on the motorcycles.
well, to be fair, sir, you have a Volkswagen.
I also think we're forgetting something here.
Oh, I guess we are.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I haven't introed. Hey,
It's been a long
welcome,
day.
welcome to
Long
the
day.
Daily Biker Podcast. My name is Marcus and I'm Clueless Later. Today we're going to go on a learning journey.
I had to.
I have Miss Muffin.
Hey, y'all.
I have Daniel.
Hey.
So, anyways, on your Volkswagen stuff,
Yeah.
your Volkswagen's different than her Jeep. Her Jeep is not hard to change the oil,
Volkswagen's easy too.
but I know what Volkswagen charges to change the oil.
Correct.
That's true. Yeah.
Like literally, it cost for the motor oil and the filter for her Jeep is $55.
Yeah.
Okay, plus tax, $55 plus tax.
I mean, yeah.
It is $59. It's $59.95 to have it changed in her vehicle.
So I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
gonna have it. I'm
Yeah,
just
I
gonna
mean,
take it
for
somewhere.
that, makes
Yeah.
sense.
For your Volkswagen, it's probably about 70. But Volkswagen's probably going to charge you 1 full hour of labor to change the oil in your vehicle.
So, it's
Because
actually...
there's a lot of these instant oil change places.
Yeah.
I've seen like the cars that they won't do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now I say that. There's oil change places, because some of you might work at oil change places, and they'll go, no, we'll do any cars. No disrespect to you.
You probably shouldn't.
You probably shouldn't. Yes, 100%.
That's...
Not saying that you're not capable of doing it, but it's just like a Jetta. How many people have a 19 mil Allen? Is that what they're still running on the drain plug or whatever?
Yes.
How many people have a 19 mil Allen? My buddy bought one just so he could change the oil on his. Well, I'm sure you have one. Yeah.
Raise your hand.
But I have another buddy that his wife had a Jetta,
Yeah.
and he was paying like $160 for
Yeah.
oil changes on her Jetta,
So, for Stephanie's car,
and then he paid like
It ends
$50 for an
it
oil
ends up
change.
costing about $60 for me to acquire the oil and filter.
Correct.
Now, we don't do anything special for her oil and filter. The car's older. It's not, if it was new, it'd be a little bit different. My car cost me about $70 for me to do it at home.
Yeah.
But I also do everything from the top. I
Yeah.
have a vacuum pump that sucks everything out. The oil filter's on the top. I don't have to crawl on the ground anymore. The BMW, on the other hand, I got to crawl on the ground because
That's a
it
different
doesn't
story.
have a dipstick that I can vacuum suck the.
Well, not only do you have to crawl on the ground with a BMW, you probably have to put it on ramps or jack it up.
I can't get it on ramps.
Then you have to jack it for
I
sure.
I have to jack it, put it on jack stands, both sides, take the skid plate off.
Jeez.
It's a whole ordeal,
That's a
which is why I
process.
haven't changed the oil in it in a little while. Not that it needs it at the moment, but
Well, the upside about Heather's Jeep is a 10,000 mile oil change interval.
Okay. That actually brings me. So, a lot of the new motorcycles are talking about 10,000 mile oil change intervals. How do you feel about that on a motorcycle? Where obviously Harley is different because you have separate transmission fluid and engine oil.
Yeah.
But most motorcycles, engine oil is transmission fluid. It's
Yes.
one and the same.
Yes.
So you do have clutch material that wears off because that's normal in the engine oil. I don't think I could go 10,000 miles on an oil change on a motorcycle. 5,000? Okay. I can do 5,000.
Well,
Once a season?
my 2005 Suzuki
Yeah.
in the owner's manual had changed the oil every 3,000 miles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Changed the oil filter every third oil change.
Yeah.
So that I'm okay with. So that's what I do on the ZRX.
But if the oil filter, if you have a lot of particulates, you have stuff in that oil filter that's stopping it from working.
Potentially.
I just think, one, the technology of motor oil has gotten better because
I agree.
even when you're going, oh, it's conventional, there's no such thing as conventional oil anymore. Number one. Number two, I think the technology of stuff like oil filters
Yes.
has gotten better.
Yep.
Number three, I think metal production technology has gotten better because you've seen how I've done clutch dumps and all that other stuff on my motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
My clutch packs are fine.
Yeah.
Like there's no because we checked all that. There's no scoring. There's nothing.
Yeah. And I'd even say, like, I've looked at mine on the ZRX because I've been in there before to do something else to replace a spring-loaded part that from Kawasaki was stupid. But clutch looks perfectly fine. Now, I've only got 30,000 miles on the ZRX. But we are talking about a 25, 26-year-old motorcycle.
Right.
So, age, especially something that I don't know the entire history of how it was ridden, who had it. I know what I've done to it. And
Here's what I
I've
think.
abused it.
I think a 10,000 mile oil change on a motorcycle is perfectly fine. I think people need to quit worrying about, can I go 10,000 miles on an oil change, and start focusing more on changing stuff like fork fluid and brake fluid. Because do you know how many people will religiously change the oil on their motorcycle?
Never touch brake fluid.
Never touch brake fluid. Never change fork oil.
Now, I will say on my motorcycles, every other year, so every 2 years essentially, I do a brake fluid flush.
Well,
Open up the bleeders,
Yeah.
put new fluid in, pump it out.
Hollywood, one day we were talking about his, like, the forks or whatever on his bike because they were super squishy. And I asked him last time he had his fork serviced and had his fork fluid changed. And he looked at me like I was crazy. And I said, well, when was the last time you did it? He goes, I've never done it. What are you talking about? This is a 2007 motorcycle, and this conversation took place in like 2017, 2018.
Oh,
Yeah, that was the last time that he went to Panama with us.
I was
Yeah.
like, dude, that's supposed to be done fairly regularly. Because the other thing that you don't experience with stuff like motor oil is condensation buildup.
yeah.
So now, for someone who doesn't get their vehicle up to operating temperature very much.
Which you actually had a problem with that at one point.
Yeah, but I think there was still more to it than just the operating temperature.
But I mean, there was
Because I
still...
didn't experience that this winter.
Really? Okay.
And I'm less distanced now. I had a slight leak on my oil cooler. So I think I was getting some moisture in.
Which would make sense.
I think it was a combination factor. I think for regular condensation buildup, it was getting burned off.
Yeah.
But I was getting extra condensation buildup
From that leak.
from that leak.
Which makes, logically that makes sense.
Yes. So for someone that doesn't regularly get their vehicle up to operating temperature to do that stuff, yes. But I don't think as much of a worry as much about the particulates like from the clutch pack and all that other stuff as much as I would worry about particulates like carbon deposit and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, like on my KZs, I change my older motorcycles.
Yeah.
I've always changed filter and oil every single time I do it.
Yeah.
I also change that less frequently because they get ridden less.
Yeah.
So there's a time factor that's in there. But I just age of the motorcycle, you were talking about metallurgy.
Yeah.
Like a modern bike, I'm not going to worry about that as much. But an older bike,
Right.
there's more of a percentage.
But with the oil change thing, you're talking about a modern motorcycle too.
Yes. Yeah. 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 I think the distance, 10,000 miles, And I don't know how
Well,
time
but
period
the
they put
question,
that in.
Yeah.
here's the question
Once a year,
Okay.
maybe.
that should be better asked when it comes to that. And I almost might sound like a conspiracy theorist when I say this. Who said 3,000 miles? Who came up with
Oil
3,000
companies.
miles? Was it the oil company?
I'm pretty sure it was. But that the 3,000 mile thing, I mean, because I when I worked at the shop,
Yeah.
we'd get people that were advanced in age, and they would come in religiously every 3,000 miles,
Yep.
get their oil changed
Yep.
on a, at the time, a 2010 car, which was brand, had 6,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
Your service manual is telling you go 5,000, 7,500, 10,000 miles.
Oh, yeah. No, and I meet older people that won't. They refuse to.
Yeah.
They refuse to. I know older guys on Harleys that they'll get an oil change. At least their engine oil changed every 2,500 miles.
Which, I mean, look, if that's what makes
Oh,
you
my
feel
dad
better.
is to the book about that stuff.
Yeah, if that makes you feel better, I'm not gonna tell you shouldn't do it.
I mean,
If you want to.
if you want to,
But
yeah.
I don't think you have to, though.
So on my cars, every 5,000 miles, because I can keep track of 5,000 miles.
Yeah.
To me, that's a convenience factor.
Her Jeep keeps track of it for us.
My BMW does, my
Yeah.
Volkswagen does, Stephanie's car does, but I do it every 5,000 miles
Yeah.
just because that's how I've always done it. I like doing it at 5,000 miles,
Yeah.
especially with the Volkswagens being turbo vehicles. I feel like, in my mind,
Yeah.
that's extra preventative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Turbo vehicles use oil for other things other than just engine lubrication.
You mean like turbos?
Yes, turbos.
Yes.
And they have to pump it in different ways than a standard, not a naturally aspirated vehicle does.
Yeah.
So my motorcycles are typically between 3,000 and 5,000 miles,
Yeah.
somewhere in that range. Like, it's a little bit more variable on the motorcycles depending on time and
Well, I would also say it depends on where you're at.
yeah,
Because climate climate affects your engine oil more than your usage of the vehicle.
that is actually well, they go hand in hand. If you're using it in a hot climate versus a cold climate, things like that.
Yeah, but like you take someone that's in a controlled climate
Yeah,
and they go, say, 3,000 miles in a month. Okay, that's a lot of driving, but we'll say 3,000 miles a month.
yeah,
Compared to engine oil sitting in a vehicle not being used
yeah.
in extreme cold or extreme hot.
Yeah, that there might
That
be
oil-
additional breakdown that occurs
breaks
due
down.
to weather conditions rather
Correct.
than usage.
Correct. Because I would say in drier climates, they could probably honestly go longer too.
I will say, if anybody's ever curious, and I've done this before for vehicles and motorcycles, you can always send out an oil sample
Yeah.
to Blackstone, and they will tell you the composition of your oil, like a used motor oil sample.
Yeah.
They'll tell you the composition, and then from there, you can actually determine, should I change it more frequently, less frequently? Like, am
Yeah.
I okay if I go further?
If you do that, when it tells you that you have metal particulates in your engine oil, don't immediately freak out.
Yeah.
Every engine has,
Has
metal
metal
particulates in their engine oil. Just how much?
Like, that was something that I had to get used to with doing services on motorcycles.
Yeah.
You see that little bit of sparkle in the oil, you're like,
Oh, yeah.
oh shit.
Mm.
Nope, that's just clutch material that's worn off over time
Yeah.
because it's the same fluid. It's there.
Yep.
So,
Well, on yours.
yes.
Not on mine.
No. That's in a different fluid.
Yes.
That's
in one of the three.
yeah, that's in one of the
It's
three
one of the three.
fluids.
They get changed on one of the three that get changed on a regular.
Yeah.
Not the other three, they get changed every 2 years.
What other three do you have? Brake, I'm assuming front and rear are the same. Like, you're not going to count them separately.
Right. Brake fluid.
Yeah.
Fork oil.
Fork oil.
Hydraulic clutch.
Oh.
Okay. So I will say when I think of brake fluid, I put clutch in there as well because it's the
Yeah.
same .3, .4, depending on the year of the motorcycle. .5.
I
Yeah.
think we're running either .5 or .6.
Yeah. Look, I'm talking about something 20 something years old, so .3 works for me for most of my applications. But yeah.
This is just dot.
But actually I'm gonna say when I do brake fluid, I do clutch at the same time because it's essentially the same thing. You have a bleeder nipple right there on your slave cylinder.
But how many people have their brake fluid changed and don't change their clutch fluid that have hydraulic clutches?
Oh, I'm sure a lot.
I'm gonna say more than
Yeah.
I
But
really want to admit.
back to the engine oil thing.
Yes.
Okay. Using vehicles as a reference, cars as a reference. Change your oil every 3,000 miles. Okay. Don't touch that transmission though. It's sealed. It doesn't ever need to be changed.
Yeah. Lifetime transmission fluid. That's how the BMW is.
Does that make
Lifetime.
any sense to you?
No.
Okay.
That means it'll fail at 100,000 miles.
What oil on your car is always being used when the vehicle's in motion, whether the engine's running or not,
Transmission fluid.
outside of your transmission? Differential fluid.
Yes.
50 to 100,000 miles. But your engine oil has to get changed every 3,000 miles.
Yeah.
I'm not saying,
Yeah.
oh, go 50,000 miles. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is I think there's some...
I will agree with that. But like I said, 5,000 miles to me
I mean,
is
if you're
kind of
having
my like,
problems, just get
Yeah.
Marvel Mystery Oil and pour it straight down in your engine.
you might end up with more problems or less. You'll find out.
Yeah.
When I had
It's
my,
a mystery.
Yeah.
When I had my Tercel, I used to put, they had this stuff called gunk
Yep. I remember that.
that I used to put in the engine. Like every time, like I'd get an oil change, and then like halfway through the oil change cycle, I'd pour gunk in there. And gunk was the consistency of maple syrup, but it was about 3-ounce bottles of it. So,
It's like that engine honey that they used to have.
yeah.
Yep.
Never heard of this.
Some people called it engine oil treatment. There was a brand called Gunk.
Yes.
I didn't buy the brand Gunk because I think Gunk has been going for a long time. But I bought engine oil treatment.
Basically,
It was just-
Marvel Mystery Oil. That's,
Yeah, it was really, really thick stuff.
yeah.
But it would help keep like valves from rattling and stuff like that.
It would basically up the weight of the oil.
Yes.
Up the consistency of the oil, especially if
So
you
as your oil broke
change.
down, it would like freshen up the oil.
And
Freshen up.
I'm not going to say that all of them are actually useful. Most of them are snake oil. And I think you can, it's like all the fuel additives you find nowadays.
oh yeah.
But some of them do have extra detergents that are in there that are good to run like right before you do an oil change.
So, yeah, well, like you can do like,
Not on motorcycles for all of these, by the way.
no, but on motorcycles,
Harleys can do it. Most motorcycles can't.
fresh oil changes. I like to see that. That doesn't happen at a dealer.
Yeah.
I like to see it on all motorcycles though. And what a fresh oil change is you get the vehicle good and hot, you drain the oil, you pour, this is going to cost you more. You pour in oil, you run it for 5 minutes. You don't even have to go down the road just to get the fresh oil that you put in there hot. Drain that, and then put your drain plug back in, fill it up again, call it a day.
Yeah.
It just kind of, that
Basically,
fresh
it's almost
oil-
like an engine flush.
Yeah, helps knock stuff off. Yeah, because engine flushes are not done with water. Or I've been seeing videos where people are running like gasoline through the engine. Like is an engine flush? Yeah, pouring
Yeah,
gasoline.
that does not work.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
let's not do that.
In fact, you should try that with your motorcycle the next time you do an oil change.
just
Pour
try it.
gasoline in the crankcase.
I'm going to tell you now, if you ever had to clean a crankcase, for some reason, if you ever had to, okay, not gasoline, kerosene.
Yeah. If you want clean valves, throw a little bit of avgas in there or something like that. Mix it in with your gas and run the bike.
Yeah.
stuff like that. There are things you can do that don't ruin an engine.
Yes. If you have an older diesel truck that has a couple 100,000 miles on it,
Kerosene.
yeah.
Kerosene.
That's literally what I was going to say. About every,
Huh.
I think the old man that told me about it, he said like every like 10 tanks of gas, he'd put in like a gallon of kerosene.
Yep.
Huh.
And that
I
would
did not
It
know
just
that.
helps keep the fuel system cleaned out.
Nice.
and and you would see it. It would smoke for a little bit every now and then, just as it mixed in, and that was just all the gunk.
Well,
off.
this was when I was working at the airport, and we did it on one of the generators that was running rough. And literally that generator, it's sitting there, and we poured kerosene in it as a diesel generator. We poured some kerosene in it, and it was low, and it was going boom, like started running so much better, but it freaking backfired.
Yeah.
But it's just that carbon buildup.
What it did is it sucked like a big gulp of kerosene only.
Yeah.
It's not diesel. But it's like the same thing, like running a little bit of avgas or something a little
Yeah.
bit with different detergents in it.
But you
higher
can
octane
take jet
gas.
fuel, mix it with a little bit of denatured alcohol, and run it in a kerosene heater.
Huh.
You can also do other things with jet fuel.
Well,
Like power a Porsche
Well.
928 that has a Boeing jet engine in it.
Correct.
So, anyways, back to the point.
But that being said,
Don't
makes
have
sense.
friends.
yeah,
No,
jeez.
they put you on watch lists.
That sounds so awful.
If your motorcycle is having issues and you don't know what the problem is, you're not a mechanic. Don't call your buddy down the road that works on bikes. Speak to somebody that's what they do for a living.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
And if you call your buddy down the road that does work on bikes and he says, hey, you should probably call the shop, that's going to be the best advice that
Then
that
call
person's
the
ever
shop.
going to give you.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm pretty handy when it comes to working on motorcycles. I've been doing it for a number of years, but I have somebody, if it's something that I'm stumped on that I can't figure out,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have someone that I call or shoot a message to, like, hey, this is my issue.
yeah,
Yeah.
Fortunately, it's the guy that works at the shop that also works on my motorcycles.
yes,
And he'll say, hey, just bring it in.
yes.
Yeah.
If it's something that may need additional, time process to figure out, or, oh yeah, in my 30-something years of doing this, you just missed this one little thing, which
Yeah.
also happens.
Yeah.
Well,
But I have somebody that I talk to.
but that being said, this whole, don't be stupid, take it to the shop, also translates back to what we've talked about before about higher mileage motorcycles usually being much better running motorcycles without the little issues here and there.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah.
Because those motorcycles are those motorcycles are
Typically
motorcycles
maintained.
that people ride on a regular basis.
Yeah. And they maintain them on a regular
them.
basis.
Whether they take them to a dealer or whether they do it themselves. If they do it themselves, they're probably halfway decent because they've put 100,000 miles on the motorcycle.
Absolutely. Really, the only thing you have to worry about with a high mileage motorcycle is actual, parts breaking due to time.
Yes.
If there's, on the Harleys, you have the plastic chain guides.
Yes.
Stuff like that. It's not a maintenance thing that you just change on a regular basis.
Yeah,
It's something
it's-
that
Yeah.
over time it just wears down, has a
Yeah,
failure.
it's something that,
Or if the alternator on my Valkyrie went bad.
50,000,
Yeah.
100,000
Okay.
miles. Like the plastic chain guides, 50,000, 100,000 miles, that's something where you go, hey, will y'all take a look at this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I fortunately, when they replaced my transmission, had my primary off. So they were in there. They checked my primary chain tensioner and all that other stuff, and everything was still good.
Yeah.
So, in about another 20 to 25,000, I'll go, hey, can you check this?
Just pull the cover off, take a look at it.
Yeah.
Simple to do. And honestly, most of these parts, a good visual inspection verify that, everything's in working order. There's no little bits in there. It's not falling apart.
Yep.
Good to go. But I am one that will always say you should.
Woo!
You should go to someone that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
If you think you might be out of your depth, even a little bit,
Yeah.
call somebody that knows what they're doing or take it to somebody that knows what they're doing.
And advice to new riders. If your veteran riding buddies tell you to quit messing with it and take it to the shop, quit messing with it and take it to the shop. All this is coming because of situations we've dealt with recently. We were the veteran riding friends.
Mm-hmm.
We were the friends that got called for advice. And we both told the individual, quit messing with it, take it to the shop.
Yes.
And they didn't listen. And then they want to make jokes about the bike breaking down.
Yes.
Because
Yes,
they're
I
on a
do.
Harley. For anybody that's listening to this, one of the problems was a starter issue. I'm not sure what the final result is because I've been away from the shop for the past week. But they said, well, the starter messed up on it, I guess. And I was like, well, the first time that your starter free spins, maybe you should have took it to the shop instead of assuming that it's going to be okay. I can fix it myself. So,
Unfortunately, a lot of people think too highly of their ability.
there is nothing wrong with asking for help.
Absolutely.
Dude,
like I said, I'm fairly competent. I can fix a lot of things, but
I have seen master techs asking other techs their opinion of a problem of a motorcycle.
Well,
Yeah.
I have seen engineers that design something a very specific way asking another engineer, hey, I'm having this issue now for some reason and I can't figure it out. Will you take a look at it for me?
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, and I mean, like, in this particular situation that we dealt with, I called Marcus because I'm not very familiar. I've never worked on a Harley. I've never been in there. I know motorcycles in general.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, is there something that I don't know?
Right.
And you
My
said the same thing.
My very first statement was, it's under warranty. Why are y'all even touching it?
Right.
Call the shop.
Call
Well,
Shop.
that's, my first thought was like, hey, if there's something simple that can get the bike back up and running. Okay, you know what? Because there might be because you talk to veteran riders, there's tips and tricks on everything. It's like, hey, you know what? Don't worry about this. This is what you have to do to get it going again. Get you to a safe space.
There's
or
only
whatever.
two things that happen with a starter on a motorcycle or a car when the starter is not doing its job properly. It is either free spinning
Yeah.
or locked up. If a starter's free spinning, there's not a whole lot you're going to do without taking it apart. If a starter's
you can-
locked up,
You can beat on it.
you can tap on it. And that doesn't always work because there could be more to the problem. You might think your starter's locking up, but honestly, it's hitting a different gear that's locked up for other reasons.
It might get you started for a moment, but
Correct.
as soon as you turn it off, you're done permanently.
Yeah. So,
You've worn the teeth off that starter and then in the engine,
right. Right.
which does happen.
And
The starter gear may or may not disengage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what his.
I've gotten some more information on it, so we'll talk later. But
I also don't like starting motorcycles or cars while in gear.
oh no, neutral.
Yeah.
Everything's in neutral. I mean,
I feel like there's too much.
Yeah.
I feel like on a motorcycle, there's too much torque and tension on it when you're starting it in gear.
You're asking multiple components of the motorcycle to be doing so because if it's in
Yeah.
gear, you're holding the clutch in.
Yeah.
Which I mean, you do it every now and then. Everybody does it, which is part of it, but it's just kind of makes me nervous. Because what if it's that one time the clutch decides to grab a little bit?
What I'm saying is even when you have the clutch pulled in.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude,
It's still everything's still spinning.
I'm talking about not just Harleys. I've been on bunches of different brands of motorcycles. Brand new bikes, clutch
Yeah.
pulled in, and you feel that little bit of a oomph when you give it gas, which means it's actuating everything inside that transmission,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
not just the starting.
Yeah.
Correct. So you're putting more tension on the starter motor,
Correct.
which can or cannot cause failure down the road.
Correct.
We do it all the time.
It's just like guys that build these high compression Harleys
Yeah.
and then their starters burn out because they don't run compression release
Mm.
because they're making the starter work 1,000 times harder than ever tried to. For anybody that ever wants to actually see what this is like, pull a starter off a motorcycle. I don't care what motorcycle. Pull a starter off a motorcycle. Take that starter gear and go hook it up to a 4-cylinder car and see what happens.
Nada.
That starter is going to burn up as soon as you try and get it to go.
Or,
You pull a starter off of a rocket
yeah.
and go hook it up to pull it off a 2300 rocket. Go hook it up to a 1.6 liter Honda. You're gonna burn up that starter on that rocket.
Or, alternatively to that, if you don't have the mechanical capability of pulling a starter, find a kickstart motorcycle that's not a dirt bike.
Yeah,
I mean,
Because I'll tell you right now,
just go on YouTube and type in kickstarting choppers and
Yeah.
watch the videos
Yeah.
of the compression. There's videos of guys breaking their legs kickstarting old Harley choppers because there's so much.
oh, for sure.
I'm saying so much compression. We're talking like 10.1.
yeah. Because I'll tell you right now, like after we had the engine rebuild on my KZ,
Yeah,
I almost can't kickstart it.
yeah,
Like I don't do it because I have an electric starter,
Yeah.
yeah,
but
yeah.
at one point, I could just literally stand on the kickstart and it wasn't going to go down.
Jeez.
And when you don't have enough compression, you'll kick it and kick it and kick it, and it'll never start.
Exactly.
Like a 79 shovelhead that we know.
I remember the first time that I kickstarted that KZ after we did the engine rebuild and that rebound.
Oh, yeah.
Like I almost lost a shoe.
Yeah. Well, like those kickstart springs, those things are no joke, too.
Yeah.
I have watched those kickstart springs break without the bike starting.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, and that's one of the things too. Like on the KZ, you can't have the clutch held in to kickstart.
You have to
the-
be in neutral.
You have to be in neutral.
Mm.
Which, just me personally, when I start a motorcycle, I usually, unless I know for sure 100% it's in neutral.
Yeah.
Because once again, older motorcycles, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's not always a given. I do have indicator lights, but even then,
Yeah.
potential. Usually pull the clutch in, bike will start. And
Well,
then I'm
there's-
gonna go, it's in neutral, it's fine.
There's times at work where I'll have motorcycles that I'm going to go take a picture of. They're nice and clean, just got traded in, might be an older bike, but hasn't had the chance to go through service yet.
Yeah.
But it's clean enough for me to go ahead and picture.
Yeah.
So I don't have to wait, a couple weeks until it comes through service. We can go ahead and get it out there so people can see it and stuff. And then, of course, after it goes through service, they can actually buy the bike and leave with it. But I've had some where I'll go and I put the bike in neutral on the stage and I'm like, I have no neutral light. And I will very cautiously start letting the clutch out.
Yeah.
If it doesn't pull, I'm like, okay, neutral light's out. And I will literally just make a note.
Yeah.
No neutral. We're talking like the entire time I've been there, I've had like 3,
Yeah.
but still.
But I mean, you're talking about since like newer modern bikes or relatively. Like
Within
you're not
20
talking,
years old.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
talking about something from like 1985 or
No.
Right, yeah, no.
I'm
You're
talking about
since
about
2000.
Yeah, since 2000. That's a good way to say it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like there are times where like I've been riding the KZ. I know it's in neutral. I can roll it around the garage all day, but start it up or turn it on, neutral light's not on.
Yeah.
But if I just kind of like bump the gear lever,
Yeah.
it just might be a little bit of crud on it. There's something that's not engaging properly to set the light off because all it is a circuit.
Well, Kawasaki has that. Is it Kawasaki? Yeah, Kawasaki now has like that auto neutral.
Yes,
So,
on a lot of their new bikes. Yes,
so if you are going like below a certain speed,
Suzuki has it too.
it won't shift into second. Like you shift out of first, you shift up.
Yeah.
It won't shift in a second. It goes into neutral.
Huh.
And it'll like lock out in neutral until you stop. Same thing with second. When you shift down, if you're going above a certain speed, it won't shift down to first. It goes straight into neutral.
Interesting.
And then won't go down until you're below a certain speed.
Yeah.
So it's just to make it easier to
I was
find
about to say,
neutral.
what's the purpose for that?
Easier to
find
find
neutral.
neutral.
Okay.
Because, I mean...
Because you see me sitting there. You see Daniel sitting there
I've
shifting
seen-
up and down.
I've
Well,
seen
and you've
a lot of
ridden
people-
old Hondas too?
Yeah.
Because, like, I'll tell you right now, that CB650 that I had, that CB250 that I had, holy crap, trying to find neutral in that
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
I
could
see
sit,
a lot
I
of
could
people
sit there
trying
for
to find
days.
neutral.
A Nighthawk.
Yeah.
Specifically Nighthawks.
Yes. That's what
You know
both
how I
my
find
250
You
and
know how I
650
found
were
neutral on those?
Fucking turn the bike off.
Turn the bike off, reach down with my hand while the bike is off, and just boop, just
Yeah.
barely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
It was because I had that problem on that 650.
It's just
I know
like
I had an 85
right
650 and then I had a 92 250. And it was, both of them were the same.
yeah,
Two completely different motorcycles.
yeah.
Completely different transmissions, everything
Yeah.
like that. But finding neutral. Holy
You know the
crap.
easiest bike to ever find neutral on for me?
That KTM.
Mm-mm.
That I can get neutral. I get neutral accidentally.
The RC.
I believe that.
It was just boom, neutral.
Yeah.
Like if I went all the way down to first gear and just barely pulled on that lever, straight to neutral. Now, when I say the lever, I don't mean the actual lever. Pulled up with my foot. Because I would pop into neutral without squeezing the clutch. I'd go into first gear, come to a stop, no clutch, pull up a little bit, neutral, off.
Now, I will say the ZRX is actually very easy to get in neutral.
Yeah,
The Valkyrie, not so much. But it's also got a tractor transmission, basically.
yeah.
I mean, it's...
I mean,
Yeah, you have to grab this stick
Yeah.
and pull it over into neutral and then grab the other
like,
stick and
While pulling a lever.
shift down into low gear and then take the other stick.
But your speed has to be 2.5 miles per hour or less. But it has to be over 0.
Well, it's a twin stick.
Yeah.
It's a twin stick.
Your foot has to be on the front brake.
yes.
Now you're talking about like trikes. Well, they can't start unless they're neutral.
You know, honestly, I don't find that as a bad thing. I think more motorcycles should do that.
I would not want that though on anything I'm ever going off road with.
Fair. That'll
fair, actually.
Street motorcycles.
You're going to be in more situations with motorcycles you're going off road where you might want to be walking beside the motorcycle with it in gear and you're just
Oh,
kind
for
of
sure.
walking
Yeah.
it. Now in street motorcycles, hopefully people don't have to deal with this, but like when I'm in front of your house,
Yeah.
I park on the road,
It's in gear.
I park in gear.
Oh, yeah.
And I leave.
I live on a real hill, unlike Alex.
Yeah, and I leave in gear.
Yeah.
I start it in gear and I leave in gear
Yeah.
because I don't want to have to deal with the rollback.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah.
You know, parking when... Now, you know, starting a bike in my garage.
Yeah.
I leave all my bikes in neutral in my garage. They're all in neutral, so I can roll them
Oh yeah,
out.
mine's
I don't-
neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flat surface. I don't have to worry about it.
Dude, there's mornings I go in my garage. There has been mornings where I went in my garage and I went to get on my bike and I'm like, my neutral light's not working. I'll get on the bike and I'll go to move it and I'm like, it's in gear. What was wrong with me last time I rode my motorcycle? Yeah.
It's laying on the
I
crash
don't-
cards.
It's
What
like,
was wrong with
What
me?
was wrong
Yeah.
with me?
I don't get mad at the motorcycle. I get mad at myself.
Like, what happened?
I'm like, why did I leave my bike in gear?
Yeah. Because, I mean, I have done that before in the garage where I thought I put it in neutral
Yeah.
and then went to go roll it.
Yeah.
But
Now, if you have an automatic motorcycle, put it in park.
the P,
Jeez. The P?
hit the little dial.
You said, geez, you think I'm joking?
It's true.
It's,
You got to put them in park.
The automatic and electric shift motorcycles that
yeah.
they have a park mode.
Do they really?
Yes.
It's not necessarily like park, like on the
I'm
No,
just
on
thinking
a
of like
car.
I'm just thinking of
Yeah.
like a car. Like
well,
Put it in
the
park.
PCH probably does. Probably
Yeah.
does have a park.
It probably does.
But like you would like go into neutral or whatever and like press a button and it's basically like
Mhm.
like an
Huh.
e-brake.
Interesting.
So,
which is not a bad idea.
I know.
But so, has Lewis talked to you about the Recluse clutch in his bike?
he won't shut up about the Recluse clutch in his bike.
He can't park on hills. The bike, when it's off, is always in neutral. You can't put it into first to hold it. So Recluse gives you a rubber band that goes around your front brake lever to stop your bike from rolling on slopes.
Nice.
So when the
Nice.
bike is off, like when he parks, it's automatically in neutral.
So what you're saying is he can't ride his street glide over here unless he's parking in your garage.
Or he has his rubber band with him.
He can't ride his street glide over here unless he's parking it in your garage.
That is correct.
Because you know what I'm not trusting?
The rubber band.
The rubber
The
band.
rubber band.
I would buy like a Velcro strap or a ratchet strap to put around that before I trust the rubber band.
But so he said that was the only issue that he's had with it. And I thought that it makes sense when you think about it. I know we've gone off the original topic, but
yeah,
that
that makes me think though that Recluse clutch is a bad idea on off-road motorcycles. Because if you stall on a hill,
it automatically puts you into essentially neutral. So you have to hold the brake.
because think if
keep
you're
from
going up a
rolling.
hill and you stall on a hill,
You want it to be in gear so it stops you,
correct?
but it won't be because it automatically defaults to neutral essentially, or an open.
Yeah.
Or you can learn to ride like I did when we were getting on 85,
Yes.
and then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you don't have to. You never stop.
Jesus.
No sleep till Brooklyn.
But yeah, sorry.
I can't with y'all.
We were talking about putting bikes in neutral, and it just made me think of because he complained about parking at.
He hasn't told me that.
He told me.
He complained about parking at Watson.
Yes,
Yeah, because I park in Garrett Watson.
I do too. Because I mean, even that little slope, like right there where we
Yeah.
pull up, you leave a bike in neutral, it could. There's a potential.
Oh, dude. So leaving work one day, I'm going down the hill, and I see a garbage bag out in the field. So I make a U-turn. I'm facing up the hill. My bike's in neutral.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not that much of a hill. My bike's in neutral. I put it on the kickstand. I get off to get the bag. I walk over, grab the bag, turn around. My bike has now rolled down the hill on the kickstand,
Oh, God.
has rotated sideways because it's on the kickstand. The
Yeah.
handlebars are turned. Like, if I hadn't grabbed
Because
it,
that kickstand locks.
it
in the-
right,
on
it
the
probably
Harleys.
would have. It had came down, rotated it in. It probably would have went in and then over on its side.
Ah!
Yeah,
Which I mean, it's in.
Sean saw all this, and like I'm guessing the Benny Hill music was going through his head. He's like, "What is
Probably.
this idiot doing?
Like, what is he doing?
I'm picking up garbage out of the middle of the field."
Yeah, but anytime I park a motorcycle, if I park it in an area that's pretty much not my garage,
Yeah,
I leave it in first.
yeah.
I always leave it in gear. Just because that extra security, you now have the engine, transmission all working against the
If I
road forces.
if I go to a restaurant or the mall or something like that, I put it in neutral.
Yeah, that's flat.
Yeah, if I'm on flat, I put it in neutral.
Yeah. But like I've parked my bike downtown in places before. You know how downtown Chattanooga is. There's-
Yeah,
even
yeah.
even the like unless my back tire is touching the curb.
Yeah. I have dealt, the bike didn't go over. Long time ago when I had the 599,
Yeah.
I dealt with hot asphalt kickstand in the summer.
Had that happen
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I've only had it happen one time. It went in the asphalt like about an inch. And we were on a hill, slight bit of a hill, maybe about as steep as yours,
Yeah.
and backed in, going downhill. So then the hot asphalt with that weight started going into the asphalt.
I had that happen on the KZ after I
Yeah.
first got it. And that's a bike that already leans over really, really far on the kickstand.
Yeah.
I came out. Now, it was still standing. It didn't fall over. It's like, what is going on?
What you're saying is on the KZ leans way left.
And on that bombshell,
Hey everybody, this is Sean at White Lightning Harley Davidson. I want to thank you for listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You can reach the podcast on Facebook or Instagram at The Daily Biker, or you can email the podcast at thedailybiker@gmail.com. Be sure to keep an eye on White Lightning Harley Davidson social media pages for the most up-to-date information on all our events and where you can find the boys.